Hello, my chosen art piece this week is Cicada on a banana leaf. I chose this because I think it just has an interesting story and it was such a big difference between the unfamiliarity whenever I realized what it was. Um, so whenever I first looked at this without even reading the title, it just looked like a critter of some kind just dangling on some just stroke on the paper. Then I read the title, Cicada on a banana leaf, like, okay, that makes more sense. But it still had no sort of significance to me. Um, so I read, and it's interesting because the man who drew this, his name was Bada, and he was a very interesting person. He spent 5 years just pretending to be dumb, mute. And so what he did was he would just invite people over and have parties with them and never say anything. It was very strange behavior. Um, it's important to note that he was a member of the Ming Dynasty, but they had been taken over by the Qing Dynasty. So he was basically a recluse. He didn't want to be found, basically. Um, so that behavior of being a mute lasted about 5 years. After that, he gave up that insanity. He decided to start drawing and selling it. And he drew this picture, and what the cicada actually represents is rebirth. And in this particular one, he's symbolizing the rebirth of the Ming, which he's a part of. So it's basically like a political cartoon, which he sold. And it's funny, he even sold it in the capital, so it fits perfectly. So that's what makes it familiar. It's just like a modern day political cartoon. I think sentiment wise, it it's not as obvious as a lot of political cartoons are today, but I think it is still very great. Um, I think the thing I would compare it to most now, as far as the mood that it's trying to convey, I think would be the when Obama was running for president and he had the Hope campaign, and it had all of those pictures with his face on it, and it all said hope, hope, hope. And while that's still super blatantly obvious and it's not political, well, it's political, but I was saying it's not like freelanced by a random person. It's part of a campaign. I think it's still trying to bring the same symbolism of people from under being able to rise up and be good again, basically. Um, that's it for that. Thank you.